Hey everybody. So starting us off a little different in the car because otherwise the sun's going to be in our face. Anyway, we are here in Mars Hill, North Carolina at Fabulous Finds and Collectibles.
Yeah, it's a sweet little shop that's in a bit of a strip mall. Half of the parking lot is closed off right now.
Yeah.
I guess it's reconstructing. Yeah, reconstructing.
Right. So follow us if you dare. All right, there's where we are.
Already out of the gate, I'm finding things I love. These little tins with the little applique on them. They're a set of 6 for $30. That's cool. I dig that. I love the door that's made into a butler's shelf.
Yeah.
Little patio set's cute. This little cafe set.
Yeah. I was looking at the turkey down here. Wood carved turkey. He's pretty awesome.
Oh,
a lot of nice stuff.
Boy, that's cool.
This is cool. That's a nice piece.
Oh, wow. Definitely. That's a sexy piece here. 50% off. $300. Well, we got stunning pieces right out of the gate. I'm looking at all these vintage pins. Gorgeous pendants. I'm smitten with all these jewels. So much grandma's stuff, really.
Yeah, it does. It rotates. So you can see what else there is. That's cool.
Well displayed jewelry, pendants, rings. Oh, that's very cool.
Yeah, I like those axes.
The knife display is beautiful. Axes, yeah.
More jewelry. That's cool.
Fruit press. These things are in immaculate shape. $225. Immaculate shape. We're going to hear a story about a real crystal chandelier on display and for sale here today.
It is very beautiful.
From the owner, Mike.
The auction house told us you better put your best china under that.
Oh, and you did.
Because that chandelier
like
is something pretty special. Now, this one's not. It's just made to look old.
Well, it's priced accordingly, too.
Yeah.
You got great prices throughout here. This is a stunning table, too, that it's all dressed under.
The lion foot table.
The lion
which
foot.
Are very,
lion
very
claw.
very much desired around here, those lion feet on a table.
And beautiful dish set. Straight up. Well displayed.
Yeah. And we did put a dimmer on that. You won't believe how bright those lights could be.
Well, you had little LDs. You would have thought this would have been little LDs.
Oh, yeah,
now.
yeah. It really sparkles the crystal, you know, when you get it turned way up. So somebody could have a lot of fun with that. Production.
Oh, really?
A lambing chair from the early 1800s. And the shepherd would have this in his barn, and he would sit there, and he would watch his sheep, his ewes, have lambs and assist them, if necessary, to have a bigger herd. And the reason it's got such a wide back on it is they had open fires in those.
Oh, of course, in the barns.
In those barns, and this was a heat shield to keep the heat off.
Off his back
so
while he
there's
was
some
working.
very, very functional things about what people did. You know,
and they wouldn't have had this.
He wouldn't have had a cushion.
Wonderful tufted leather cushion.
You know, but I'm sure he would have had something like forceps in that drawer.
Well, that's what I was just going to say. That was for implements.
To help deliver the length.
Fantastic. What a iconic, one-of-a-kind finds.
Yeah. Ed, sit that chair. See how comfortable that is. It's a wonderfully comfortable chair.
It's better than my recliner.
Oh, yeah.
I've got a leather
I know.
recliner, and this is much better.
They put those little legs on the back of it to make it lean.
Oh, my goodness.
To me, this is like a pre-Adirondack
Oh, for sure.
chair that's built
Oh,
like
now
the
that
Adirondack.
you
know what I
even
mean?
see it in
Yeah.
the design.
Yeah, you can see it. In the design.
Fantastic.
But that's what we love. Mirror. And in the 1940s, they loved putting little whatnot shelves. in
That's what they
mirrors.
called it, whatnot shelves.
Right, in whatnot shelves. And my grandparents would have had those, and that's just the 1940 thing we know.
Well, in 1940s, they were all traveling. Everybody was
Yeah.
late 40s, early 50s. Everybody was
Right.
traveling and bringing back souvenirs. They needed somewhere to
Souvenirs.
display their
Route
souvenirs.
66 and that sort of thing. But they really loved the idea of the mirror that made you look like you had twice as much stuff as you had.
Oh, fun.
It's a North Carolina company made these, probably in the 50s or 60s. This set of couches and chairs, and they do it in the old style. They do it in like the 20s
Queen's Anne style.
Queen Anne, when they did it. It was sold to India
Oh, I can
by a
see this in Bombay
named
Company. for sure.
Basista.
Wow.
And it went all the way to India. And guess what happened to the couple that bought it?
Divorce?
They immigrated to Johnson City, Tennessee,
That's-
and brought it all the way back to
Oh,
India.
no.
Crazy.
And
Thank
I
God
will
it wasn't a
tell you
divorce.
definitively, when you look at this, and we saw her, that lady never let anybody sit on it. That was in a formal dining room, and you don't sit on it, you look at it.
They didn't have kids.
In our family, all of our furniture that looked slightly like this had plastic on it.
Yes.
Had always had plastic on it.
100-year-old Appalachian woman, okay, cut up bread sacks, plastic bread sacks, and crocheted that on a nail barrel. It took her 3 months to do it.
I got
Now,
Wow.
to me, that's almost invaluable. I don't even know if I want to sell it.
Right.
so my grandmother, since he just pointed that out, my grandmother and my aunties, my great aunties, all made rugs, braided rugs with bread bags,
Yeah,
just like that.
yeah.
And it was a thing until their hands gave out.
Until their hands gave out. You can think about a 100-year-old woman doing
I
it.
got
It's
I
like-
got my Aunt
That's
Sarah
like Catherine
Lanker's
Young.
last rug that she ever made for a wedding present. And it was a small one compared to everybody else's, but it was her last one before her hands gave out. How about makes me wanna love the stories, Mike. Love the stories.
Because the stories to me, yeah, that's what I like.
This is a signed homemade corner cabinet made 1899.
Made in the 1899.
Wow.
It's 2 pieces signed up underneath there with lots of storage made to look like a
Cup
built-in.
holders up in there. You can store an incredible amount of things. in
Lots of
corner cabinets.
storage.
And that's not true of most corner cabinets. They don't have a lot of storage. Because of the size of that one, you can't.
This says cookies, but it's a firkin bucket. I love my firkin buckets.
They had imperfections in the top.
Okay.
They cut the top out of coffee cans and covered the holes.
Oh, for heaven's sakes.
Which is what the old people, they used to
Of
always
course that's
do
what
with
they
their
did.
stuff.
Of course that's
And
what
somebody
they
we
did.
will bought this, so we'll probably take this to them.
What do you tell us about these pictures? These figurative pictures, like there's a monkey and
Yeah.
colonial.
Brenda knows that story more than I do.
They're fun though, aren't they?
They are fun.
I see Pennsylvania
Yeah.
on the Crocs.
They're Toby mugs,
Toby
the big
mugs.
ones, the English guys.
So
Yeah.
Toby
Irish.
would be the creator,
Irish Tobies. And they call everything like that.
pouring ale,
Yes.
and
Yes. Now, I'm not sure. I've not looked at the bottom of him, but I just got him this week, and he is definitely Mark Toby.
Yeah.
Sure did.
But this is
The
English.
Irish is-
I don't know.
Irish and
Irish
English
like it too, I
stuff
guess. But
Is
this guy,
the
I
mugs
just thought
that
he
they
was
use
cuter
to
than
drink
Yeah,
Shiznix.
they're mugs.
And he's, I don't know that he's really considered a Toby, but I call him a Toby. And that's an old English
I
mark.
would, I would consider a mug that was a figurative mug for ale. The most iconic creator would be Toby. So
Yeah. And I have a bunch of small Toby mugs around here somewhere if they didn't all sell. See, there's another one. This one's from Staffordshire.
So other notable things in here is they have candles.
pegged, yeah, of course.
Yeah, back when they pegged them.
And I really like this piece, and it's $25.
This I can see what I can see.
Yeah, the first thing people say about that, well, that's your principal's paddling paddle.
Yep, some gorgeous vintage cricket paddles. This one looks like it was in a fire. It's more than dry rot.
It's been through some.
That's cool.
Yeah, I think that's just dry rot.
Right.
And then what
From
do
the
we
old
have here?
handle.
This turns bull into yarn. It's a machine.
So industrial.
Industrial to turn the yarn into or
string.
the wool into yarn. And the most outstanding thing is there's a little gear that turns, but it actually keeps track of how much
The gauge and
the gauge here.
How thick the wool gets spun into.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
So it's an example of when they use steel and just steel to make these wonderful machines. And the machines had to be balanced, they had to be perfect, which is a lot more precise than a lot of this stuff
today.
we have.
Well, you had the engineers, and steel was new and so practical in the start of this
You
country.
can tell they're so proud of it, the way they put their names on it.
I love it. I love it. Stunning, show-stopping pieces.
Oh yeah, it is. You don't have them because the cardboard.
Egg crate, right?
Yep.
Because the cardboard has long since
Disintegrated.
disintegrated.
Look at
But
that.
We actually have a working.
That's original.
We actually
Fantastic.
have a working egg crate.
Well, these are set out in the elements, waiting for that's where the chickens are.
Yeah.
So that's amazing.
You
This
tell him and
is-
I'll pull up a picture of the guy.
This is a Carrara marble.
Yes, Carrera marble.
Uh,
Oh my goodness. It looks like
sculpture
alabaster.
From the from
Michelangelo did
1890,
that.
1880. And what's the guy's name?
Oscar Spalmont.
Oscar Spalmont.
And I'm pulling
This
up his
guy,
work
and
now.
I haven't seen anybody yet that's came in that haven't seen this. Do you know
Come
the
see
running
his
horses in the fountains in Italy?
Mm-hmm.
Everybody has seen that picture. That's him.
The same maker,
That's
the
him.
same artist.
That's him.
Wow.
And we've been asked, because of people that were interested, how did that end up in Mars Hill? Because it's from Italy,
Right. Good question.
which is a good question. Well,
Please.
there was an antique dealer in
I
New
just
York
love the
City
motion.
that got it across the pond.
Just
Okay.
gorgeous.
When she got old and had to
Okay.
go into assisted living,
I was looking
Her
at her chin. I can't
relatives
find anything on her.
were living in
particular,
Brevard,
but
North
look at the
Carolina.
motion in it.
And they put all the
nice size.
antique store stuff in an auction in Brevard.
And that's the
So that's
signature
how
that-
she ended up in Mars
my
Hill,
God.
all the way from
They're
Italy.
together. Look at that.
Here she has
Lovely.
examples of this artist in Italy.
Yeah, look at look at what he does.
In my grandmother's mudroom, this material, and here she is. She's a little two-faced, twiddly-dee, twiddly-dum.
Just barely hanging in there.
But you can see it's just, she's so loved, and she's pretty much ancient, and she's still so vibrant with her smile and her eyes and her outfit. Oh, it just brings back such good memories. So far, so good. My husband is rolling his
my
eyes.
What was that?
Check out the eyes on this fox.
the post office for the post office.
It's so awesome.
Small town.
All right. So what did you think of Fabulous Finds and Collectibles here in Mars Hill?
Fantastic stop. A must stop. Please come to Western North
Yeah.
Carolina so you can
And
experience
and
this
come
little sweetheart of a shop.
come with time to hear the stories of some of the stuff that's in here.
Magical.
Right.
Every antique has a story.
Yep. And most of them get lost to time. So, you know, it's really cool when they can actually tell you, like, this was this, you know,
The
this is who
importance,
owned it.
the era.
Right.
Yep, how it came about being here in the shop today.
Right.
Things like that. It
Yeah.
still matters.
So, we want to thank you for watching. If you like this video, please like and subscribe. And until next time,
Have a Steph-n-Lee day. I love the couple that runs this place.
Yes.
The owners.
Yes. Fabulous.
Mike, Brenda, well done. Beautiful
Fabulous.
shop.
I'm glad we found them
Me too.
at Fabulous Finds and Collectibles.